Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and I'm back with, I guess, installment 6 in The Sound Inside. Yesterday, I went to the theater to hear the first read. Well, I learned a couple of things. I made a new piece based on what I learned. I took some pictures. Let's go. So I live in the Bay Area in Northern California. I don't live in San Francisco proper. I live across the bay in the East Bay, which is the best, I'll tell you that right now. I've lived here for a long time. And I've worked at Marin Theater Company for a long time. The first show I did there was in 2004, and over the past nearly 20 years now, I've done 3 and sometimes 4 shows a season up until the past few years. The past couple of years, no theater. I've done a couple of films, which were essentially theater pieces transferred to film. But over that length of time, I've enjoyed a really fruitful and artistically very satisfying relationship with the artistic director there, Jason Minadakis, a great staff of designers and technicians and support people that extends to box office and costumes and a board of directors whose commitment to theater and art is, well, second to none. I'm very impressed by Marin Theater Company. It began as a small community theater company in the 60s and continued in an unbroken line, although they did get a new space and built out the theater. I wish I could show you really great pictures of it, but these are just a few things that I snapped on my phone yesterday. Well, showing up at the theater, it was COVID compliance time. There's a COVID compliance officer who's going to test you, give you questionnaires, and we wound up doing the entire read-through outdoors. Well, it was a beautiful day, California. Listen, some things when you hear a read change. You get the actors' voices and things just kind of like land. And something landed for me, which was the sense of place and time. Again, I've said it before, but music and sound sets place and time, I think perhaps better than any other design element. And it's late fall, early winter with snow. So I've written some snow music. That's what you've been hearing. Let's look at what I've done. It's a very simple piano patch supported by a drone. Well, here's my piano patch, and that's what it sounds like. I'm going to play a very simple C major chord. Do you hear the echo? Yeah, right? Super slow echoes. And I've created a little melody, right, that goes along with that. Now, there's obviously some effects on there. Look at the channel strip and look at what I've got on there. First of all, I'm hitting it very hard with a 4-band compressor. So if I strike this middle C, do you see how much I'm hitting it? I think I'm probably pulling 6 to 8 dB out of that. And it's to keep it contained. This piece is for underscoring. Next, my favorite Make It Sound Funky plugin, Cymatics Origin, is giving me a little bit of reel-to-reel noise, chorusing, some movement, and then sort of a anti-aliasing filter and just full-on vintage plug-in vibe. You gotta love it. Now, what's my delay? I love the Objeq delay from Applied Acoustic Systems. It's a resonant delay that includes LFOs, filters, and it allows you to process the delay itself through a physical model of an object. So the delay is passing through strings or a plate or a drum head. And that's what gives us this beautiful funky effect. Here over on the delay side, you see I've synced the initial attack, the initial repeat to my clock, but I've subtly decoupled the repeating echoes from that specific rhythm. And the net effect is a kind of a random cloud of delays, which seem to relate to the pulse, but which have a considerable amount of variety. Finally, I'm balancing it from the original. So this is all just in one channel strip, right? So much fun. Well, my second drone channel strip is Spitfire's remarkable instrument, Aperture. Now, Aperture allows you to load essentially long sustained tones from a handful of instruments, including drone guitars and various classic synths, as well as Christian Henson's big old Dave synth, which is just spectacular. Well, what I've chosen is a guitar drone, and I'm choosing swells. As you bring the mod wheel slider up, what we're going to get is a gradually opening and expanding sound, adding more and more amplifiers to this wall of amplifiers, getting wider and wider. It's a powerful effect. I grabbed a drone and added notes and modulated that back and forth. You can see it's a very simple sound. And this scale that happens on the top is the scale that I've chosen for the play. It's essentially the fifth mode of the ascending melodic minor. It's as if I'm playing the F ascending melodic minor scale, but C is the center. I get a major third, I get the fifth, but I also get a flat sixth and a flat seventh, and it gives me some dissonance, doesn't it? I love the way those delays are subtly out of sync. Thank you, boys. It's going to keep echoing. Well, I did each repetition of that manually. I just played it in, and that way I get a more organic and vital sound. And I played around with even doing it without a clock, but it turns out that it's actually a little bit more manageable to have a slow metronome going for something like this. Well, I'm delighted with the way this sounds, and you know what? It is consistent with my general aesthetic as an ambient composer as well. Anytime you can bring your own personal musical axe to grind and chop down some trees in the forest of the theater piece that you're working on is a good day. Did I mix a metaphor there? I might have. I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. If you click the bell, you'll be notified when I do my videos. I'll see you next time.